Hey everybody, JC here. Hope everybody's having a great Monday evening. It is about 9:20 here in the Houston, Texas area. I just got Tesla FSD version 14. I got 14.1.3. So as you can see on my screen here, I have the release notes pulled up. I haven't done a thing. So I've got it downloaded and ready to go. So I was just going to look through the release notes here real quick. You can see FSD supervised 14.1.3. Added arrival options for parking. So we'll try that out. Added handling for emergency vehicles. Obviously, that's going to come with the software program. Added navigation and routing into the neural net for real-time handling of blocked roads, detours, additional speed profiles. So that's something that's new. There is this Mad Max mode, which we will set it to Mad Max. Improved handling for gates, improved offsetting for road debris. We'll always talk about that. Improved handling for unprotected lefts and lane changes. Lane changes is obviously a big deal. School buses. Obviously, we'll not see many school buses tonight, but in the days to come, we'll take a look for that. Ability to manage, ability to manage system faults and recover smoothly from degraded operations. I think that's the red hands, but honestly, I mean, I don't have red hands anymore. Ever since I cleaned my front window in front of the camera, I just have never, it's been a year since, so hopefully that's not anything that's relevant for me. Added alert for residue buildup on the windshield. I just talked about that. Upcoming improvements, overall smoothness and sentience. I did a video on this whole sentience thing, so sentience. But yeah, smoothness will obviously just keep getting better and better. Parking spot selection and parking quality. So I think and I've heard from some of the OGs who have had version 14 for nearly a couple of weeks now, is that parking has gotten a lot better. Set destinations and you can do spot to spot now, but it's not 100%. So we'll see a little bit of that tonight. So yeah, so there's you go, the arrival options, where you want to go when you get there. Speed profile, we're going to go with Mad Max tonight. So there you go. Introduces a new speed profile, Sloth, which is lower and more conservative. Introduces Mad Max, which comes with higher speeds and more frequent lane changes than Hurry. Good Lord. That'll be interesting. Driver profile now has stronger impact on behavior. The more assertive, the higher the max speed. The right scroll wheel up or down now adjusts the speed profile setting rather than your precise max speed. So I know for some folks, they really like to be able to set that exact max speed offset. We do not have that now. That's probably not going to be as relevant for me because I never found myself doing that much here in Houston. So, but it sounds like with the right scroll wheel, you can go from Mad Max, Hurry, Chill, Sloth. All right. We talked about some of the start self-driving with a tap of the touchscreen from Park. So now you can see there's still a blue button, but instead of it says start self-driving instead of full self-driving. Adjust settings like the speed profile directly from the visualization. Brake confirm for the start self is now defaulted off. Good. So you used to have to check a box for that. So now it looks like we don't have to check that box anymore. And that's some of the older stuff. All right. Well, let's get rid of these release notes. Let's go into the settings. So let's go to autopilot. So I got it on full self-driving. Requires brake press and release to start. So we don't want that. We don't want to brake confirm. Got it on Hurry. So we're going to put it on Mad Max. Expanded full self-driving visualization. Yes. Actual smart summon. We have that on that. We're not going to use that tonight. Let's see. I think the rest of this is relatively similar. Yep. Can't think of anything else. Let me just really quickly think of anything. So I've got the autopilot reset. Let's see, display. I don't think there's anything. Appearance, auto. Let's go back to auto. Brightness, 100. Yeah, I've got all that. Let's check out the software version. So you can see here, I've got the full self-driving computer 4, so AI 4. Version 12, 25, 32, 815, full self-driving. Version 14.1.3. All right. So now what we're going to do is, the first place I thought I would go to is the local HEB here and just see how it does with parking. So let me do this. I'm going to pull up HEB. So that's the one I want to go to. Now let's see what it says here. No, that was not what I wanted. Well, that looked exactly the same. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go that route there. So let me put on. All right. And you see, as soon as I buckled up, the start self-driving button came up. We've got our route. When I did the navigation, when it pulled up, it looked pretty much exactly the same as it did before. So maybe there's something in there. Let me try that again just to make absolutely sure. HEB. So nearby free parking lot. Okay, so maybe it's because there's a big lot there. All right, so there's no options. Let me go back. I want to go that route. Okay. Oh, wait, is that the route I want to go? Yes. Yes, that is, yep, that'll be the route. All right, because that's going to take us through the more complexity, the railroad tracks and whatnot. All right. Well, let's try out version 14.1.3 for the very first time. Let's go. Oh, actually, let me check my lights real quick. Because it looks like, so I've got that on auto, headlights, dome lights, auto. Okay, my bad. Now let's go. Here, let me go to, and you don't have to, pulling out of my driveway. Already, one really good thing. It did. All right, we've got some people to the right of us. Let me just make sure, keep my head on a swivel for them. Some people to the right over here. Give them a wave. Making it through. Very smooth. One thing right off the bat, and I've mentioned this before in some of my previous videos, for some reason, it just has a really tough time with my driveway because there's a big hump there. And let's see. Oh, it's going. So it decided, all right, now it gave me 3 options for a route. Wow, it has some pickup. Holy moly. It feels very assertive right now. Very assertive. All right, we're just going to see. But let me get this out. Wow, man, it is like definitely. All right, still got the 0 mile per hour stop. There we go. Let's see how this turn. Nice smooth turn, very nice. But coming out of my driveway, no hiccups whatsoever. A lot of times I have to touch the accelerator when I come out because to my left, it has seen that as like an object to avoid, and there were no issues with that. Man, it is, I am telling you what, it is, wow. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, nighttime maybe, I might have to see what the traffic's like on East X Freeway when we get on there, because if Mad Max, wow, I mean, you saw that. We were going 43 and a 30. Now, I will tell you what, most people that go through this area, they're going about 40 and a 30 at this time of night. All right, we got a bicycle rider. We slowed down. Wow! God, that was so smooth. You saw that kid on a bicycle came out near the road, and it just ever so gently got over to the left just a bit. That was so good. All right, we come to a 0 mile per hour stop. We creep up. We still have vehicles oncoming here on North Park. All right, got the green light. Very nice, smooth turn. Man, it is so assertive. Wow. I mean, it's not just the smooth nature of it. It is just hitting the blocks. It is like Usain, when it made that right turn, it's like they put Usain Bolt into this vehicle. Yeah, this has got some get up and go. This has got some get up and go. Wow. And I could just feel the confidence in it thus far. And it's getting over to the left much sooner than it would have on V13. All right, we're slowing down a bit because we got some road construction coming through here. Wow, it is just so confident going through this. Wow. It was gonna, man. So it was getting ready to get over to the right because of that slower vehicle that was turning left from there. But then when that vehicle turned in, it decided against that. So then I'm gonna tell you what, already right out of the gate, yeah, it is, man, it's cooking with pepper. Wow. It's going to be interesting to see this thing on 59 East Tex Freeway, because we're going to have a lot of room. Ooh, Lord. I mean, it is just off the block. All right, we're getting over to the right here. Still got road construction we're going through right now. Man, it is just so confident. And you see all this road construction we got here, and it is not going through it tentatively. And I don't feel unsafe whatsoever. I want to make sure I reiterate that fully. As confident as it is, and how quick it is off the block, and how assertive it seems like it's acting, I do not, wow. I mean, it is just lightning fast. Holy moly. So, yeah, that's different. That's different. That's different. Wow. All right, we are going to the H. Now let's see how we do with lane selection up here. Because version 13 was about 50-50 with lane selection. All right. Getting over to the left here. That's good. We need to do that. But what we don't want to do, we want to stay put. Do not get into the next lane, please. Please do not. All right. I mean, this is just a sample size of one, but that is something that on hurry mode in version 13, it would get over there 50% of the time to that lane right there, because it just kept wanting to get to the left. And that turns into a left turn only lane right there. Doesn't give you any fair warning. And then it'd have to battle its way back over here. Didn't have any of that. Perfect lane selection. Perfect lane selection. Autopilot visibility limited. Oh, my rear camera. Looks like my rear camera may have a little dirt on it. That's pretty cool, though, that it gives you that notice there. So when let's see how we do here in the HEB parking lot. I may get out and wipe off my rear camera. Let me pull up the navigation because I just want to see where it's going to here in the HEB. Because all I did was I put in HEB. So let's just see what it does. Wow, it is just so assertive. All right, come to a complete and total stop, as always. Take a right turn here into the HEB. Now, as you can see, it's late, so there aren't, well, it's picking a spot, and it's parking perfectly, but it could have gotten me a little bit closer up there. So this is what I'll say about the very first parking job with version 14.1.3. It chose a spot in the right place, did a perfect job, but I mean, we're at the it's this late at night. I mean, we could have gone to the front. So it did not try to look around. So I wonder if it was more packed, if it would have attempted to look around more. What I'm going to do the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go downtown. But before we do that, I'm going to go clean off my rear camera. When that notice came up. So let me go do that, and we'll be right back at it here in a second. All right, everybody, I got the camera cleaned off in the back. I went ahead and wiped off all the other cameras just in case, although I only got a notice for the rear one. So hopefully that doesn't come up again. So we're going to head downtown. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have it go to my old parking garage downtown where I used to park at for KPMG. Obviously, the only thing I do downtown now is Uber around there. But yeah, I just want to pick a destination because we're going to feel what it's like on the highway. We'll get into downtown and then and see. Although it's interesting, now I'm trying to remember because I had obviously a Castle card or an access card for that garage. So I've never taken a ticket there. I think they have a ticket thing. We'll figure it out once we get there. Yeah, so I'll have it take us to my old multi-level parking garage downtown. And then, after we do that, we'll navigate it to Montrose. So we'll go downtown to Montrose, go to a charger, and then, head on back to the casa and call it a night. We'll obviously do some more over the next couple of days, but since I just got it, figured I might as well go ahead and take it out for the paces. So let me pull up. Oh, there you go. I think I've got it still set in there for work. Yep. So let me go ahead and the other thing I forgot to mention because I was so, amazed at how quickly it got out of my driveway. You no longer have to long press the self-driving button. So you'll see here in a second, all you got to do is tap it. So I tap it. There you go. Very easy and quick. Puts on the rear cameras. Man, it is just, let's go. All right. Coming through. Now again, I will fully acknowledge this is a, 25% at most occupied parking lot right now. Maybe not even that. All right, we got a car to our left coming through, so we're waiting on them, and then we're going to turn left. So I get it, when I say I'm putting it through its paces, I'm putting it through its paces for what I can do at 9:45 at night for just having gotten the software, just to get a feel for it. But I do want to, put it through as much as I can just to get that first initial feel. And then we'll do some more during the day. All right, came to our stop, making our left turn out of HEB. Wow, I mean, it just gets up and go. I'm gonna be really interested to see what it's like when we get up on the freeway. I may scoot my seat up a little bit just so I get that initial comfort level. Because don't get me wrong, you know, I have historically been a hurry mode guy, but I will tell you, for the last, you know, not quite a week, but at least for the last 3 or 4 days, I've been using chill a lot more for Uber. Wow, it is just picking up, man. So we are in a 55 mile, the feeder here is 55, and we are going 63 right now. 65, 60. Wow, it is so assertive. Or I shouldn't say assertive, it's just fast. Because there's nothing to be assertive about. There's nobody. Now we're about to get up on 59 East Tex Freeway, going southbound to downtown Houston. So and I'm going to keep an eye out for the 5-0, for the popo, because I may need to reach for that red scroll wheel, right scroll wheel. All right, so we are going 80, getting around that semi. We got a vehicle directly to our left. We're going 83. They're probably going about 83 as well. Man, yeah, this is this is Texas State Highway approved right here. So we are going 84, but as you can see, it's not like we're blowing past people, although we're going pretty past him. All right, getting over to the left lane in front of that vehicle. We're going to get around the vehicle here to our right. We're going 84 still. Let's just see what it does. And I'm not going to lie, I am just going to keep my eyes out for the popo. Love it. It gets right back over to the right as soon as we got around that vehicle. Excellent job. So no hanging out in the left lane. Oh, see, we're still going 83. Yeah. So far, I really like this Mad Max mode. All right, we're getting back over to the left. Slowing down just a skosh. Now, I will tell you, it picked up the wrong speed limit sign. So there's a 45 mile an hour speed limit sign for the exit off of the HOV right over there. It has always picked that up. In the old days of version 11, that was an issue. I would have to hit that scroll wheel to get the speed back up. And there we go. We should pick up 65 again, and we do. But it erroneously picks up the speed limit signs over here on the exits from the HOV, which you got to exit at 45 miles an hour. But with version 13, that's been a non-issue really, because let's see if it hopefully doesn't pick that. Nope. That's been a non-issue because it stays with traffic. So that's really good. I think that actually got cured in version 12, if I'm not mistaken. The erroneous speed limit pickup has not been cured. So I just saw that. All right, it did it again. So there's a 45 mile per hour speed limit sign coming out of that exit, and it just picked it up again. And it went right back to that. So we're at a 60. It's gone through 3 different speeds on this section of the highway. There's only one speed here. It's 65. That's the stated speed limit for this highway. But we've gone from 45 to 55 now, or 45 to 60 to 65. And it picked up the 60 because there was a 60 mile per hour speed limit over in the HOV lane. Man, it is just very assertive. Very assertive. And it's getting right back over after we cleared those cars. Wow. I love it. I love it. That is great. Let me get a swaller here. car pulling in front of us. Wow. So it's slow, oh, man. Wow. It really, like, what I can tell you right there is that thing they call the context window, it is definitely bigger with version 14. So what it was able to do there ahead of time with 13.2.9, it would have handled that very well, but it would have gotten right, it would have waited until it got right up on that vehicle, then gotten over to the middle, and maybe not even get over to the left that quickly. This 14 was just bam, bam, bam. Getting back, so see, we're not hanging out in the left lane. We are on Mad Max mode, and you can see we are not hanging out in the left lane. Very good. Wow. I mean, this is outstanding. Now, I'm going to tell you, probably for 95% of my Uber passengers, I'm just never going to use this mode. This is just, this would be uncomfortable, probably, because I think this is so good. This is so assertive and so, like, quick. Like I said, it feels like you're hitched to the back of Usain Bolt. I really believe that an Uber passenger is going to notice this. And what I mean by that is, even if they're in their own business, doing their own thing, I think, and it's not, this isn't jerky. I mean, it's very smooth, but they're just going to notice how quick and assertive and just bam, bam, bam. I mean, they may be impressed by it, they may love it, but it's probably not going to be like what you would typically want in an Uber ride. But I will tell you what, there's about 5 to 10% of my Uber passengers. This Mad Max mode is going to be perfect. Perfect. I'll get some tips out of Mad Max from about 5 to 10% of my passengers. Mad Max is gonna get some tips. Gonna be a very small part of my Uber population, but from that very small part, I earn good. When somebody gets in your Uber and says, "I'm 15 minutes late," got it. You know, can you just step on it? I know I don't want you to get a ticket, but can you step on it? Those folks tip really, really well. So, for the 5 to 10% I'm going to use it for, I'm going to get tipped good with Mad Max. But yeah, I'll be blunt. 90%, I probably won't have the opportunity. I would not use this mode. Going to be interested to see if they've stepped it up this much with Mad Max. I will be interested to see what chill is like. So I may need to go down to sloth mode for some of my Uber. But man, I am really, really happy that this mode is in the quiver. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a bunch of different types of arrows in the quiver. And this is a good one to have right here. My God. I mean, we're going to be downtown in like 15 minutes. Jeez Louise. I mean, I'm telling you what. I could imagine doing this on long distance trips. Oh man, this is going to be so good. Oh, oh, oh. Lord have mercy. This is going to be, I'm telling you, for any of y'all that you have road trips upcoming, or you have a longer commute, you're going to love this mode. You are absolutely going to love Mad Max. I stand corrected. I didn't know what to think when I was hearing the OGs talk about Mad Max. I'll tell you right now, you can firmly put me into the camp that this thing kicks ass. This is awesome. Now, like I said, disclaimer, 90% of the time I will not be using this. But man, to have this arrow in the quiver, thank you, Tesla AI. Man, this is so freaking good. And if you don't do Uber and, you know, you are younger than me and you're still, you know, got your long work commute or whatnot, or just whatever it is you're doing, you do other things. If you don't have strangers in the back of your car, I think you may stay on Mad Max mode. That's how good this is. Now, a lot of it's going to depend how the popo are in your town. You know, like Flavor Flav once said, jump, 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 get it down. 911's a joke in your town. Well, if 911's not a joke in your town, then you might, yeah, you did. So I have been looking around for the popo. I ain't gonna lie about that. I've been keeping an eye out for the 5.0. And by the way, when I say popo and the 5.0, I say that affectionately. I have family members that are police officers. So that, when I say that with all due respect and affection and honor and revere. I've got family members in Houston's finest and some sheriff's deputies around Texas. So, man, this mode is just so good. And look, it is just pegged at 85. Like, I really get the feeling that if this thing didn't have a governor of 85 miles an hour, wow. And I'm telling you, I do not feel unsafe whatsoever. Zero. Not at all. Man. Whew, Lord. Yeah. I was talking about, like, I might not do Uber for a day or two while I'm trying out the software. I may not do Uber for a day or two just so I can enjoy Mad Max. This is awesome. I mean, we are blowing and going, folks. We are blowing and going. Now, we don't have a whole lot of traffic, but as you can see, there's enough that we needed to maneuver around. It would be interesting to see, like, maybe if it was a little more congested. You know, you don't want it too congested, so then you don't get to see the full throttle of it. But maybe just a bit more congested. But we're getting to see, like, man, this thing maxed out. This feels so good. Yeah. Yeah, this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. And just the, wow, I mean, I can definitely feel it. This is really, really, really good, folks. Really good. Yeah. All right, see downtown ahead of us. And let's see what it wants to do. Okay, we're going to take 10. I got a couple miles coming up, so we're going to need to start moving over to the right. Man, it is just, whew, Lord. I mean, it is moving. All right, we got some This is an emergency lights. Looks like they're doing some road work up there. All right, continue to move over to the right. I do like that we were about a mile and a half out and it started making its move over to the right. So we were all the way to the left. We got to get over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ultimately I think 6 lanes. And we've already made it over 4. We're getting over to the 5th. I think we got 1 more lane we got to get into. And it started that process a mile and a half out. So now I don't know, like, if had there been more traffic, how that might have been. Whoa! Wow! Wow! Golly, that was so good. Wow. Man. All right, we got to merge here. So let's not get on this person's tail. Man, that was so good. I don't know if y'all, that car was coming in from the on-ramp and going a little wide to get over, and man, it just made a very quick, decisive maneuver. And I'm telling you, it did not throw me. It was smooth, but quick and decisive. All right, where are we? Oh, we're going to get off here on San Jacinto, so we're getting over to the right. Man. All right, we are about a mile out from my old parking garage. So again, we're just going to see how it does. Folks, that Mad Max is no joke. I mean, that is no joke. Oh, all right, slowing down. Great job. Oh my God, that was so good. We not only went over the railroad tracks, there was a little bump, not a little, it was a big bump, and it moved over to the right to avoid that bump. I mean, it's just, that is a little thing, but if you got the ability to do it and you do it, man, it's just, man, that was so good. And it is being assertive. Holy. So we're going, well, I mean, it's 35 through here, but still, it just feels so assertive and quick. Like, not just fast, but quick. Like, bish, bish, bish. All right. Well, I think I may have put in the wrong. Nope. Did I got. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. I may have put in the wrong address because it is parking in front of this building. Let me just check the address I put on here. Because I should have gone to the Star parking garage unless I updated. I mean, this is the office building, but that was a great parallel parking job. But let me try to, let's do this. Star parking. The Star garage. Let's try that. Maybe that. All right, let's try it. All right, reverse up. That was a great parallel parking job. Man, it is so just quick too. I mean, that is just no hesitation. Just once it knows it's good to go, it goes. All right, we've got an individual. We got a young man to our right. Yeah, so just so you know, that was my error and not the error of FSD. So it parked where the address was that it said. I forgot. So I haven't, as y'all know, I've been retired for over a year now. I still had my work. You know how you can preset work and home, and I had that in there, but I forgot that I used to play around with my work address. I did not have it set for the parking garage. So now, but it is gonna get back around over there. All right, we're going in front of the JP Morgan Chase building, which is the tallest building in Houston. I believe it's the tallest building in Texas. All right, getting over here to the right. Yeah, I want to say it's like 90 stories. I could be wrong, but it's big. It's a big one. All right, coming up here. Take a right, but we do have vehicle coming. Just going to wait for them. There we go. Got some road construction cones to the right. Did a great job of getting right in between, avoiding them. All right. I'm going to scoot my seat up here a little bit since we're coming close to a parking garage. Let's just see how it's, so I got it set to the Star Garage. All right. And it start wanting to go that way at first. Let me put on, all right, we're good thus far. For some reason, it was trying to get over to the right, and then it corrected itself to get over here. So that was kind of interesting. So it did have a little bit of heebie-jeebies. It should not have tried to go to the, you know, we had just taken that right, and then it immediately tried to get over to the right lane like it was going to stop over there or turn again. All right, there's our parking garage. Let's just see if it tries to go in there. No, we don't want to go in behind this car. We actually want to go into the parking garage. Is it going to just park here? Yeah. So I don't know how to get it into the parking garage then. Let me try again. Let's just try it. Let's see. Let's do this. No, I don't want to go there. Let me just see. Let's try this. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. Now, yeah, there is one other. Let me get it to. So it did not go into the garage for us. So let's let it stop here. Let's let it in here, and I'm going to try one other garage. We'll just see. So let's see. There's another garage around here. What is that one? Not that. Where's that parking garage at? It's on Walker. What was the name of that place? Let's see. Walker Garage. Let's see if that pulls up. Yeah, that should be it. Let's try it. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me try that again. Because it looked like it brought up some stuff. Walker. Garage. I think that's it. So bring that up. Oh, okay. Just let's. I mean, we're here downtown. We're trying. So it would not. I had it set to the Star parking garage, and it got to the garage, but then it parked right behind that vehicle. So that did not work for me going into that garage. Yeah. And I know for a bunch of you, that is going to be important to you. For folks that work in downtown or dense urban environments every day, you got to go into multi-level parking garages. So you got to get into it, get up it, park, and then at the end of the day, go down it and get out. So that's going to be, you know, an important, it's not going to be relevant for me. The only time it'll ever be relevant for me is if I'm, you know, visiting a place where it's a multi-level parking garage affixed to it. But that's just, you know, that's few and far between for me, but it's still important that that functionality be there. So, but I know I've seen other folks do it with version 14. So, I don't know if maybe it's just that specific garage, or I didn't do something properly in the navigation. It could be that, or it's just, it's still, like I said, it's not 100%, but we're going to try one more garage. I think I picked the, here's the other thing too. I haven't, whoa. Now, I don't know what it got over there. I think that was a little bit of a false positive because of the railroad tracks. That's what I think it was, but I don't know what it was trying. Like when it did that thing at the railroad tracks, that was a true, like, good avoidance. That right there, I think that was a false positive. But no harm, no foul. All right. And I do have it set for the Walker Street garage. So we'll see how it does with this one. And if it doesn't work on this one, I'm gonna say that, you know, I gave it a shot twice tonight on multi-level parking garages, and it just was a no-go because it kind of looks a little weird the way the navigation is there on it. But we'll see. Sometimes the navigation on here isn't exactly what it's going to do. But I've got it set for 611 Walker Street Garage. Whoa, nice. Now that was avoidance right there. That was an... Are we going? Did I set it to the right one? I don't think the Walker Street Garage is on Louisiana. I wonder if the navigation is wrong here. Did I set it to? Yeah, it is not. So it's just, yeah, it's going to basically park here on Louisiana. This is not. So, I mean, it's doing a great job of parking me, but it's, yeah, there we go. So 2 times, tried 2 different garages, and I specifically put the garage address in there both times. And, it parked in front of that one over there. This is not the Walker Street Garage. We're not even on Walker Street. Walker Street is about 2 blocks that way. So that's why I was looking at the navigation like, so give me some time. Let's move on past this. Let me think about this one for a while, because this could be a product of, the navigation in Houston, downtown Houston garages is just off. Could be just, you know, hey, it's hit or miss. And I got 2 misses right out of the gate. But, I mean, you clearly saw when I put in the navigation, I put Star Parking Garage, and it went in front of it, that it would not go up into it. And I put the Walker Street Garage, and it brought me to the think this is the old, no, this is the Pennzoil building. This is, I think this is one of Shell's buildings here. And it's not a garage. It's a Shell office, Royal Dutch Shell office building. So, which I better get out of, because these big oil and gas companies aren't real keen on people just parking in front of them and talking to a camera. You think that CIA can, anywho, let's get off of that. So let's go to Montrose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, what's that? Kipling Street, I believe it is. Yeah. Let's go to that. That's right in Montrose. Let's put that in there, and that'll take us through a good part of Montrose. Yes, sir. And let's start the self-driving. Here we go. Wow, man, it gets over there. I'll tell you what, the feel of the drive is just phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. Right. Making sure that the train wasn't coming down, and it wasn't, because I saw the little yellow train flashing, but it was still down there a ways. All right, we're going to turn right here. But we do have vehicles, I believe there we go. And we do have right on red in Texas, although downtown can be a little bit weird with right on reds. It is not turning right on red right here. And I don't see a sign that says no right on red. That is one thing I have noticed, is even on version 13. So I don't know if this is a V14 thing, and maybe the law has changed down here in downtown, but I have noticed since doing Uber that it does not turn right on red in downtown that much. Maybe only about 10% of the streets. It will wait until it turns green to turn right. And I don't believe that is, I think you can still turn right on red in downtown Houston as long as there's not a specific sign. I'll need to look that up. You know, like I said, I haven't been down here working, you know, in the culture of downtown, but I have been Ubering down here, and I've just noticed that V13 stopped turning right on red downtown. Now, every other area around Houston, no problem at all. Right's on red. So it's obviously something about downtown. So maybe they did change the laws down here. I'm just not aware of it, but I don't see any signs. You would think in the state of Texas, where you can turn right on red all over the state, that if they didn't want you turning right on red in downtown, they'd have signs up saying it. Right? Yeah, it just feels really good. And that sucks about the parking garages, but yeah, I just have to take a look at that. Y'all let me know. Anybody watching this video, let me know if there was something I did wrong in navigating to both of those garages. I mean, I pulled up the actual garage in the navigation, and it was a no-go on both of them. Slowing down. Then get over there, still trying to figure out what they want to do. But that's fine and dandy. We adjust. We're just going to get over here. And they don't know what. And so, all right, are we going to continue to just try to get the hell away from them? Like that car. But do you see how well FSD version 14.1.3 handled that? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's the best. So as aggressive and assertive and quick as Mad Max mode is on 14.1.3, it is still, in its heart of hearts, the best defensive driver on the planet. Look at it. Now we're going to make our opportunity. Let's get around this fool. Get around that fool. There we go. Get our blinker on. I love it. I love it. That, wow. Man, this is just slicing and dicing. Wow, this is so good. So for anybody that wants to know, that's familiar with Houston, I am on Milam. Right now I'm headed west on Milam. We just left downtown. So I'm headed towards West Alabama. We're going to turn right on West Alabama to head towards Montrose. All right. There we go. Now, I think we're going to have a little bit of road construction on Alabama as well, so man, it is just really, I mean, it is confident. My gosh. Sorry about that. You can tell we have some bumpy roads here in Houston. So this is not FSD trying to find it's just, that's the way the road, anybody that lives in Houston will tell you that Montrose and the Heights, the roads are just, yeah, they're not the best. Lord help me. But I'm telling you what. Whoa. All right, slow. Now, on that one right there, it was, you could tell it was slowing down for that yellow, but then it made up its mind that it had enough time and went through, and it was good to go. But yeah, I could have probably been a little bit smoother, but I get it. I see what it was doing there. It was just wanting to make absolutely sure. It was basically ready to hit the brakes, but it had enough time and it kept on going. And as you can see, it made the right decision. Man, it is blowing and going, folks. I mean, my gosh almighty. I mean, if you like getting from A to B as quickly and effectively as you can, my gosh almighty. Lord have mercy. Katie barred the door. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I am not gonna be using this on most of my Uber drives. If I were on Mad Max like this, taking somebody between the Heights and Montrose, no. Most people, unless I had built a rapport with my passengers and we were talking about Tesla and FSD, and I was like, hey, you really want to see something? Don't dock me a star. Don't take away my tip, but I'll show you something. That's it. That's the only way. Or, like I said before, somebody were to say, hey, I need to get to the airport now, or I'm late for a meeting. Can you get me downtown as quickly as possible? All right, we're heading to the Tesla Supercharger on Kipling here in Montrose. Man, I'm telling you what, it's like, it just gets there. Like that was, I feel like I barely got a couple of sentences out between downtown and Montrose. I mean, this is just incredible. All right, got the Tesla. So let's see how we do here at the Tesla Superchargers. So we're pulling in. All right. There we go. We got some other Teslas in here. Got another Model 3 backing up. Let's see how we do. We're going to get around them. Let's see if we pick one out. Yes, we do. Let's see how well we do. And oh my gosh. Wow, perfection. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Wow. All right, well, I don't really need to charge up. I just wanted to see how it would do here. So let's go ahead and head on back home. Yeah, I mean, it's 10:30 at night. So, you know, we did downtown, we did Montrose, we tried 2 parking garages. It parked great here at the Tesla Supercharger. So let's head on home and we'll see how it does on the highway again. All right, I think I got home in there, so let's hit the button. And we've got a Tesla coming through, so we need to, there we go, we stop. Give them a second to get in here. There we go. Nice and smooth. Got another Tesla coming through. Yeah, this is one of the busier Superchargers. Okay, we're going to go through the Trader Joe's parking lot. Interesting. Okay, we can do that. But yeah, that's one of the busier ones. It's Montrose. So as far as the Tesla community in Houston goes, there's probably more Teslas in Montrose and the Heights and West U and Rice Village. This all kind of this area right here. So it's always one of my favorite spots. That's actually probably my favorite Supercharger that I like. If I ever do charge up while I'm doing Uber, I always come over here, and everybody on X gives me grief about it. Like, oh, you like to go to Montrose to take a Supercharger break, huh? You meeting somebody while you're there? Well, maybe. Just maybe. No. I got a lot of friends here in Montrose, though. So, yes, sir. Great place. Fun place. And I'll tell you what, one of the reasons I end up usually using that Supercharger too, as well as this is a very eclectic happening place on Friday and Saturday nights. So my tips, not that I'm doing this for tips, obviously I'm retired and I'm, doing this to learn more about robo-taxi needs and what, but still it's fun to, if you're going to do something, do it, right? Gamify it. And, yeah, no doubt about it. Some of my best tips are here in Montrose, and I will not make any demographic assumptions about that whatsoever. I know somebody in the peanut gallery is going to be like, oh, so you're saying they're good tippers. I'm like, well, yeah, I am. They're good people and they tip good, but I am not going to, let's just get off that before I get canceled. Anywho, all right, we're taking a left here. Man, it is just so assertive. I mean, it is demonstrably different on Mad Max. And I will tell you too, the capabilities of V14, I think you see them more keenly in the Mad Max mode is my guess. I have not done any other mode yet, obviously, other than Mad Max. But what I will tell you, and I'd be interested in hearing from some of the OGs, but I get the sense is because it's so dialed up, you probably get a sense of the capabilities, the additional capabilities of V14 when you're in Mad Max mode, because it does have to be quicker, right? Man, it is just... Right? Well, let me put this back down. I'm paying attention here, because I was got to say, I think this lane is about to... Okay, it slowed down a little bit there. Yep, because we're going to have to merge over. Get on it. Wow. That is just so good. I mean... It's just really, really good. This feels good. The only other thing I was going to talk, but I am not going to say a thing until I get home about it. But there is one other thing I was going to talk about FSD version 14, but I'm going to wait till we get home. It is just, wow. I mean, there is no fear in Mad Max mode on version 14. Or I should say 14.1.3, because I think Mad Max didn't come out until the last version, 14.1.2 or 1 or something like that. This is my first version of this is my first part of version 14. I'm tongue-tied right now. It's just so good. My gosh. Hey, keep your head on a swivel, that's for damn sure. All right. So, yeah, all we're going to do now, it's like I said, it's 10:35 in the evening, is we're just going to see how it does on the way back home. But my guess it'll be more of the same of what we saw coming here. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really, really, really impressed. Again, this is my first time with it. It's at night. But still, I mean, I think we've had a... Oh, okay. Okay. Lord, have mercy, son. And get right over. Holy shit. Woo! Holy free holies, my God almighty. Well, nothing going on over at Daikin Stadium. Astros are off for the rest of the year. Getting over to the middle because we got vehicle in front of us to the left, but we do have a big semi in the middle. So we're gonna, and then we got a tow truck to the right. Let's see how. Oh, great. Man, it is just, whoo. I mean, it is asserting itself. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all probably noticed I was a little quiet there for the last 5 seconds, because man, the way it was just confidently taking that turn right there, whew. Like I said, I want to stick with Mad Max because I want to get a good feel for it. But I'm telling you, it ain't for the faint of heart. But a lot of you, I'm telling you, y'all are going to love it. If you like hurry mode, I mean, you're never going to put it on hurry mode again. If you're one of those folks that is pretty much in hurry mode all the time, I don't see a scenario where you're in hurry mode again. I mean, you may use the other modes if you think you're about to go by a police officer, but I mean, this is out the wazoo. So while we're driving, well, let's tell you what, let's get past 610 first. And then once we're past 610, we get on a little bit more of a straightaway, and we can shit. Man, I mean, we are in the rightmost lane, and we're still kicking ass and taking names. Good Lord. I mean, I don't know if I can get it across to y'all enough of how assertive and quick. And you notice I didn't say fast. It is fast, but it's not. Hurry is fast. Hurry can get up to 83, 84, but the quickness, for those of you that have done athletics before, especially like basketball or tennis, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between speed and quickness. Mad Max has quickness. So let's do a rundown. So yeah, Mad Max mode, awesome. Lane selection, awesome. All right, let me make sure. Is that a police officer up there? I may send this thing down here in a second to a different mode, because I think that's a police officer up there. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna. Let's just. So I've got it on. Let's put it on sloth for a second. Now I'll put it on sloth. Holy moly. Yeah, that thing just basically went. It's pegged at 60 now. Yeah, we're getting out of sloth. So if I go. Sloth took it all the way down to 60. So now I am in chill. Chill is about. So we're in a 60 mile an hour speed limit. Sloth just stuck to 60. Chill's at 62. So now I'm putting in a standard. Let's see what standard does. Standard, we're moving up. We're at about 67. Now we got people just going past us. I think that was a cop up there. So you saw that. Sloth is 60 and a 60. Chill, 62 and a 60. Standard, 67 and a 60. Let's go hurry. Let's see what hurry does. Maybe this police officer's getting off, hopefully. So hurry mode, we are up to 76 and a 60. And you can see we're going along with traffic. Actually, traffic's going faster than us. I think that's a police officer. But we're going with traffic now. We're not doing 85 again. Now we're doing 77, 76. So there is a difference between hurry and Mad Max. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. I think that I just want to make apps. Yeah, I don't think I want to be in Mad Max around a police officer right now. Let's just see. Yeah, you see how, I think that is a cop, because you see how the rest of traffic's going. All right, see getting off? There we go. And it was. Let's see if everybody starts picking up now that Hurry gets over to the left. Now we got somebody in Mad Max. There we go. That BMW's in Mad Max mode too. I just want to make sure that police officer wasn't doing a rope-a-dope. You know what I'm talking about. The old po-po rope-a-dope. They get off the highway and then they get right back on. All right, I'm gonna go back to, now we're back in Mad Max. So you saw that we were doing 77, 78 in Hurry. Now we're back in Mad Max. Well, looks like there's a vehicle ahead of us that is, there you go, they're moving over. So y'all see, there was a definitive difference between all four. So we've already seen Mad Max will get up to 85 and peg it at 85. So what I saw there was that Sloth was the speed limit and nothing more. You are on the speed limit in the right lane. Bam, peg it. Chill is about 2 to 3 miles over the speed limit and still staying over to the right. Standard looked to be about 7 to 8 miles per hour over the speed limit and kind of doing the middle thing. Hurry was about 12. I would say that was about 12 to 15 miles per hour over the speed limit and doing the hurry thing. And Mad Max is in a league all of its own. Mad Max is 15 to 20 miles over the speed limit, and left lane, right lane, middle lane, over lane, under lane, feeder lane. I get the feeling that if people on 59 East X Freeway were crowding this up and slowing down, Mad Max would get off on the feeder and go 85 and then get back up past them. I would not put that past Mad Max. I mean, you see it right now. We're in the next to rightmost lane and we're pegging out. Now we're going to get all the way over to the right. Yeah, it is just, it is finding the path of least resistance. It is like a human driver. Mad Max is the closest I have seen to human capabilities and human drivers. Especially, and like I think Omar said in LA, this is like an LA drive. Well, I can tell you, for Houston, very similar. Very, very similar. There are a lot of people in Houston that are going to love Mad Max. I have been thoroughly enjoying this. I love this new version. I love it. Really, the only hiccups, well, let's wait until we're done. We've still got 14 minutes left. Let me see real quick what our route is going to be. Yep. Okay. I will tell you what, though, it's definitely Mad Max is. Let me let me show you some differences here. So ever since I started doing Uber with chill mode for a couple 100 miles a day, you know, that's how much you do in Houston with Uber. My efficiency has been really good. About 225 watt hours a mile. And right now on Mad Max, our current drive, we are at 306 watt hours a mile. So you're not going to use this mode if you're trying to conserve power. Definitely not. But man, if you're trying to get point A to point B, whoo, Lordy, this is the mode for you. And it's fun. I love it. But yeah, there's a couple of reasons why I won't be using it for most Uber rides. Number one, because of strangers in the back of your Tesla that you're hoping to get a good rating and a good tip from. And then number two, just from an efficiency standpoint, right? But man, for that 5 to 10% of my riders that need to get somewhere fast, hey, have I got a mode for you? I mean, it is just pegged. So I don't know, like on hurry mode, probably a lot of y'all know on version 13.2.9, it does really well at getting up there to the higher speeds on version 13, but it won't peg at 84, 85. It might every once in a while get up there, but then it'll seem to settle back to like 80 to 82. And I mean, this one just seems to like, no problem, just staying right at 85. I mean, it isn't right now, but I've seen, it's had some long spells of just staying at 85. Fantastic. All right, slowing down a little bit. Yeah, so it picked up the speed limit sign again. So now we pick it back up. So it's picking up, so I will tell you, version 14.1.3 is still picking up the wrong speed limit signs at certain areas. So those speed limit signs over there are only for the HOV lane and the entrance and exit to the HOV lane. That's it. It's over there. But it's picking those up as the speed limit for over here. So it's still doing that. Now the good news is, the other thing that version 14 continues to do like 13 is disregard it for the most part and continue to stay up with traffic. All right, we should be picking up the right speed limit sign again. There we go, over there. So yeah, and I get it, that can be difficult because, I mean, they're plain as day. There's a speed limit sign right there, but everybody knows that speed limit sign is for the HOV entrance and exit. Because nobody's going to go 45 on a freeway, right? So, but it's still picking it up there. It's just so good. It is really, really, really good. And like I said, one other thing I'll mention at the end, but I'm waiting. I ain't saying nothing until we're done with the full drive. And I mean, we're going to have covered about I don't know, about 65 to 70 miles. Wow. Nice move there. Oh, damn. Camera went out there for a little bit. Sorry about that. Getting overheated. Haven't plugged in though. I'm gonna have to check my USB-C ports. I may have to switch that. Hopefully it hangs on for a little while longer. I thought that USB would be good to go, but that's not. Good thing I put a backup battery in there. I may need to change out my USB cables. Sorry about that. Camera went out there for a second. Man. But nothing happened. Right? Got a right turn up here, but we got road construction to the right. Let me just check the. God, I better put a. Let me get another. I hate having to do this, but I'm gonna have to shut it down for a second. It stays on here. Sorry about that, folks. You got ooh, that battery is hot. Man, I have just got to bite the bullet and get rid of these damn GoPros. Man, that battery was hot, but I'm glad I had it in there. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I think I need to just get all new USB-C cables because it wasn't even working. All right, we got some road construction going here. Handling it well. Obviously not a lot of traffic right now, but road construction didn't go anywhere. Doing a great job. Man, I'm telling you what, you can just feel it with the Mad Max. It's just, it's I don't know what the best way to put it. It's tough to explain what it's. I don't want to say it's like the road construction isn't even there, because it's definitely, because I don't want it to come across like it's not safe, because I feel extremely safe. Like there, not 1 second do I feel like it's just off its kilter, but it's just so confident. And I'm going to tell you what, the more confidence that the software has, especially in scenarios like this, you're actually going to be better at avoiding accidents like that. Man, look at that pick up and go. It's just picking up and going. Like, it's like that road construction, those pylons weren't even there. Because to the software, it's like, it doesn't matter. Because I know exactly how to do this. Yeah, you can tell that context window, and forgive me, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a software person or a mechanical engineer or any of that. So if I'm using the wrong terminology, but you can absolutely tell that the context window or just the length of time, it is just thinking better. It is just thinking better. That was a dip in the road, by the way. It is just thinking quicker. Like, and I can't quantify it, but you can just tell it's thinking further ahead, and it's, see, look at that. I mean, it started slowing down like immediately, not waiting till it got right up on the, yeah, the context is just, it's better. It's much better. Let me just check. I just want to check my camera here real quick. Okay, perfect. Yeah, apologies about that again. I think my camera went out twice, but fortunately, it was just for a few seconds on the highway, and we never even changed the lane when it happened. And then one time while we were stopped at the stoplight, so should be good to go. So, oh, you know what I want to do? Let me do one thing real quick. Hopefully I can get there in time. Let's try the speedy stop real quick. Can I get it in there quick enough? Let's just see. So I added the speedy stop in. There we go. Getting over to the right. Let's see how, if it, the parking at the speedy stop. Yeah, I want to do that. So we're going to go to the speedy stop right there, which is the convenience store closest to my house. And then we'll head home from here. And, all right, putting on our right blinker. Let's see how we do here in the old speedy stop. All right. Going around the gas pumps. Good job of that. Always done that before. All right, we come around. We got some parking spots to our right. Let's see how we do. Pick a spot right in between two vehicles. That was a good job. We are in the lines. It wasn't a perfect job, but that was a good, I could get out of the vehicle right now, go into speedy stop, no problem whatsoever. Nobody would look at me weird. I am in the lines. Is it perfect, like 90-degree angle? No, it's a little, just a skosh off. But that's still good. So parking jobs, it's 4 for 4. HEB in here, and then the 2 parallel parkings downtown. It's just the parking garages. All right, let's go home. Tap that. Yeah, so you can see we're kind of a little bit of a, maybe a 10-degree angle off. All right. Now we're going to head on home. Let's see what navigation it selects. All right. Take us through here. There we go. And we're going to go over there and do a U-turn. Very nice. Very assertive. I don't know why, but it was always slow to get out on this road from the speedy stop. And there, it just asserted itself. All right, we come up to the U-turn here in the median. We do not have very good vision here, so it's going to have to... It creeps up. Yep. Got a car coming. We did not see that till we creeped up. Creeps up first. There it goes. Very nice. Great job. All right. So here's the final coup d'etat. We're heading home. We are 3/4 of a mile from my house. What is it going to do when we get home? And it didn't give me any like selection. I didn't see a parking type of selection. I don't know if that's something. Again, this is my first day, not even day, my first night with version 14. So, yeah, it did not give me like I didn't see a selection for, park to the side or park in the driveway. We'll just see what it decides to do when we get there. And it is just, whew. Speed and quickness. All right, there we go. Take a right into my neighborhood, onto my street. Let's see how we do. Let's see if 14.1.3 does anything different. Putting on our right blinker. Is he going to try to park? Holy moly. Ho, 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 ho. Look at this. Wow. Wow. All right, I'm going to tell you, coming from that direction, first time ever that FSD is parked in my driveway. It has parked, but so I'm going to give you a couple of things. Coming from that direction, when there was no other vehicle here, FSD 13 did park here about 3 times. But I had to be coming from this direction. I don't know why. And there couldn't be another car. Like my wife's car could not be in the driveway as well. So if there was no other vehicles in the driveway and I was coming from that direction, it parked like 2 or 3 times. Under no scenario has it ever parked coming from that direction. So this is the first time, and it's the very first time FSD has parked with another car in the driveway. Now, that being said, I am going to need to get out and reverse in. So I wonder if that's something that can be preset, because I need to reverse in because of my charger. But man, I'll tell you what, I am highly, highly, highly impressed with version 14.1.3. And I will mention, now that we're done, I had no brake stabbing issues. None. I did not have one even closely resembling instance of brake stabbing. So it could be I mean, I've got 64 miles, that we did tonight. So maybe I need to get more miles under my belt, but I did 64 miles of FSD on version 14.1.3 and I felt no brake stabbing whatsoever. It was literally as good as you could possibly hope for from a drive. It's one night. It's only 64 miles, but I don't have anything at all bad to say about it, other than it wouldn't go into the multi-level parking garage. So that one, I don't have the brake stabbing that the other folks do, but I also can't get the damn thing into a multi-level parking garage. So, as far as Mad Max, there are a bunch of you that are going to love it. I mean, you're going to love it. And there's also a bunch of you that I would probably tell you never put it on Mad Max. If you didn't like Hurry, do not put it on Mad Max. But man, it is phenomenal. And you really, in my personal opinion, I think you will get a sense of just how much better version 14 is in the Mad Max mode versus the other modes. Because you have to, right? At that speed and quickness. So, all right, well, that's the first night with version 14. Like I said, I will definitely get out there again tomorrow and next couple of days and try it out with more traffic and more congestion and do some more things. Try multi-level parking garages again, I guess. There really aren't any of them around here. I got to go downtown for that. But, yeah. So, hope that was entertaining for all of y'all, that y'all got something out of it. And like I said, again, I'll do some more. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you, Tesla AI, for allowing me to get a taste of version 14.1.3. I really do appreciate it. I am not going to use it for Uber just yet. I do want to have at least a couple of days under my belt just to make absolutely sure that, you know, it's something that, you know, that, again, those brake stabbing things that they were talking about. I just want to make sure. But man, I'll tell you what, if I get a handful more drives under my belt like this one, I'm getting this thing out there for Uber, because folks are just going to love this. It's great. So anywho, all right, everybody, I hope y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye bye.